Today was one of those days. The days where you're like, oh, today's going to be good. It's Monday. I had a relaxing weekend. I did everything I had to do. I got a chance to relax. And today we're starting the calls for work. So it's like, hey, today I could actually make a sale. Today I could actually make a commission. And then maybe like an hour and a half into the day, I'm like, oh, I'm going to throw up. So go throw up. And then turns out there's red in my puke, and I didn't eat anything red yesterday or this morning. So there's only, one logical explanation for that, which is blood. And I'm like, well, I hope it's not blood. Hopefully there's some other explanation, reason that's logical that doesn't involve that, but I can't really think of any. So, did what I had to do. Um, Reached out to my nutrition coach, asked his advice, and then reached out to my nurse to see what the doctor recommended because I remember in the beginning they were like, if ever you start coughing blood, let us know. It's not, I mean, I don't know if it's blood or not, and it's in the puke, not coughing, but I'm like, still feels like something they should probably know about. And of course, I called the hospital and it's like, oh, today is a holiday. So the offices aren't open today, which means that the nurse isn't working, which means she can't get my phone message, which means she can't call me back to tell me, what it might be or what her suggestions are. Like, what I'm expecting is like, okay, might have been blood, might not have been blood, we don't know. Let's wait to see if it happens again. If it does, let us know, and then, we'll go from there. That's kind of what I'm expecting. So hopefully it's just a one time thing. Hopefully it wasn't blood, it was something else that was red for some reason. I don't know. And there wasn't that much of it, so, fingers crossed that it wasn't that bad, but definitely not a great way to start the day. So took the rest of the morning off, didn't want to overwork myself, let the trainer know. And he's like, hey, take all the time you need, take the entire day if you need to. I'm like, I prefer to just work because it's going to distract me so I don't spend the entire day thinking about this. So came back in the afternoon after lunch, tried to catch up because, not to brag, it's just, you know, that's how it's been playing out so far. It's, I'm usually the one who does the most calls and has the most conversations and stuff like that. So, this morning I only did maybe like an hour and a half, and everyone else did like a good 3 hours. So, of course, I wasn't first. I wasn't last, even though I only did like 9 calls. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I'm like, all right, you know what? It's gonna be good to distract myself in the afternoon, and I can try to catch up and not catch up just because like, oh, I need to be first. Like, no, catch up because I need to practice. I need to master this so I can do my job properly, so I can make sales, so I can make money, so I can pay for treatments and everything that comes with this illness and maybe throwing up blood. So, it's just not working, not doing this is not an option. Not to say that I'm pushing myself, not to say that I'm not respecting my body. Like, I took the entire morning off, and if I didn't feel up to it, I would have taken the rest of the day off. It's more like this was a way to distract myself. And at the same time, it's like, if I can become better at my job, then good, because once I start making sales, I'll start making more money, which I definitely need. So, yeah, it was one of those days. Definitely not the best day. I want to say not the worst, but I don't know. Because, like, physically, I didn't feel that bad. Like, once I threw up, it's like, okay, I was fine. I still have a slight headache. And around, like, noon, maybe, I was, like, feeling a little lightheaded. So I made sure to, drink meal replacements and, you know, um, protein shakes and stuff like that. Mostly liquid, a little solid, just to make sure that I can consume and, my body is not too weak. And I'm hoping to eat a solid meal tonight. We'll see. So yeah, like physically, it wasn't the worst day. Like last week, I was feeling horrible when I was sick and everything. So, feeling wise, it wasn't the worst day. But if I did throw up blood, like health wise, yep, this might be like a new low or high, depending on how you look at it. Either way, probably not good. So yeah, that's kind of been my day. And it's funny too because sometimes when we have like team meetings and stuff like that, our trainers like, you guys need to be serious about this. You guys need to like, you need to make calls. You need to try to have conversations. You need to, you know, take this seriously. It's like I know he's not talking to me, but it's still ironic of like, all this is happening and then he's like not really chastising us because like, at the end of the day he's like, you know, this is your job. You want to make money. Like I'm just trying to help you do that. So he's trying to do what's best for us, but it's just ironic of like, it's like, oh, I'm like throwing up potentially blood and you know, it's just weird because the last couple days were Monday, and since I healed from my cold last week, the last 3 days maybe, well, before today, I was feeling a lot better. I was coughing less. I was less tired. I was getting more hungry, which is weird because I've lost my appetite in like for maybe a month. Like I've been having to force myself to eat, but now I'm starting to realize like I'm actually kind of hungry. I'm actually starting to crave stuff again. I'm like, that's a really good sign. And then today it's like, oh crap, I might have thrown up blood. I don't know what to think anymore because I feel like I'm doing better. And then this happens. I'm just like, I don't know what to make of this. So it's just one of those things. It's like, just when things seem to be going right, it's like, nope, here's a huge ass wrench in your wheel. But I mean, I'm used to it at this point. Like, this has become my life. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's just definitely not a great day. But at least I got to enjoy the weekend. I got to relax. I got to buy everything I need to buy. I got to do the research. I got to submit the visit or no, the transit visa application of my girlfriend. If it's accepted, then I could book the tickets and she could potentially come here in a couple weeks. So that's really exciting. I my girlfriend's trying not to get her hopes up. I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna get my hopes up. I'll be disappointed if it doesn't work, but at least we tried. So I'm optimistic about that. And then I also went to visit um how the hell do you call that in English? I forgot the name in English, but basically a greenhouse where they sell like plants and stuff for the garden and stuff like that. And there's a lot of immigrant workers there, or seasonal workers from Latin America. So, I asked like, how does it work? And they were like, oh, we use an agency that takes care of all that for different like farms and companies and stuff like that. They gave me the number, so I'm going to call them. And then I spoke to one of the employees who's from Mexico, and we had a conversation. And I kind of explained the situation. He gave me his recommendations, gave me a number for a guy who helped one of his friends like come here through like doing that, and then he married a Canadian, and then ended up like now he's living here. So he's like, hey, give this person a call, explain the situation. He might be able to help. So definitely some good leads. So it's like this weekend was busy. I did a lot of stuff. I was very productive, but at the same time, I still got a chance to relax and rest and disconnect from work. And Monday comes and like, cool, let's do this. Let's make some calls. Let's maybe make some sales. Let's like really get the ball rolling. And then it's like, oh, blood. So yeah, just when you think you're starting to figure things out, the universe is like, nah, yep. So that's been my day. Hopefully yours has been better. Although to be fair, it would be kind of hard for it to be worse than me. So on the plus side, it's probably not that difficult for you to have a better day than me. But still, I really hope you had a better day than me. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll have better news. At least not crappier news, because that would suck. Even though at this point, I'm not really sure what the crappier news would be, but every time I think I hit rock bottom, I was wrong. So you never know. All right, day's over. Time to go relax. Talk to you tomorrow or next time.